of the stadium acknowledge me.
Say his name and he appears.
I believe.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Keep the Scoops. I'm your host, Cooper, the sole admin of AFL information, trade rumors, and results. And what a big show I got for you lined up tonight for you guys and girls this evening on Keep the Scoops. Well, another week goes by, another week of shit umpiring continues. That is again going to be the headline on Scoops Goes Bang. It's always going to be when it continuously is shit. If you want something new, sometimes I can add something else, depending if it's something additionally controversial as well, or it's something that's worth a debate. And there's a few things I'm going to debate about tonight on Keep the Scoops, in particular on Scoops Goes Bang, and it includes the umpiring in the St Kilda and Geelong games in particular, what biased umpiring there was, controversial ending in the Melbourne game against Brisbane with the rushed deliberate on Alex Neil-Bullen when he fell over. And then, of course, you know, I'm going to talk about the Max King haters as well. I mean, some absolute disgraceful commentary towards Max King lately. You know, everyone's just blaming him for his form and, you know, everything and these defenders doing well. They say, well, no, how about you put some blame on the delivery getting into him from the team? How do you put some blame on the people delivering the ball before you always continuously blame him? Now, we'll get to that very shortly because I'm starting already. I'm going to go through my team of the week, my Supercoach Talk great round this week, which we'll get to shortly. Just before I forget too, I have 6 trades left at the start of this round. I've currently used one, but you won't find out who that is necessarily. I might tell you later. We're going to review the rounds that's gone and upcoming. And anything else in between. We'll start off with this. You want me on Cameo, head to cameo.com/Cooper G. Want me to roast a friend with someone whose birthday, anything at all, cameo.com/Cooper G. Want to aim for 20 likes on this video, so please smash the like button if you haven't heard already. If you believe in Scoops, hit the like button and also go and watch the I Believe in Scoops music video, which is on the Instagram channel. AFL Info Live, AFLINFOLIVE. If you want to hear it again, rewind 10 seconds, go back 10 seconds, or look on the screen right now. There you go, AFL Info Live. And let's just say, also this before I continue. If you know any AFL, AFLW players, any up-and-coming draftees, and you'll have someone on the podcast and a Gold King Challenge or an interview, please send me a message. We'll try and get something sorted. AFL, AFLW, State League, which includes VFLW, SANFLW, WAFLW, VFLW, VFL, WAFL, SANFL, and any up-and-coming draftee, and you love something on the podcast and a Gold King Challenge or an interview, please send me a message and we'll try and get something sorted. Congratulations to everyone involved that I've ever had on the podcast or who I've spoken with that have got an awards night at the Waffle W tonight. So good luck to each and every single one of you. You know who you are. Good luck, and hopefully you get the awards that you rightfully deserve. The Sanford W Grand Final, along with the Waffle W Grand Final this week as well. We got Claremont and East Freo. I'll get it right. East Freo and Claremont in the Waffle W Grand Final. Like the girls in those two teams. I've had plenty of people from both those teams on the podcast. Congratulations to all of them, and good luck to them all. And in the Sanford W, we have Norwood and South Adelaide. And I've had a few of the South Adelaide girls on recently and Norwood as well. So good luck to both those teams. And then obviously in the VFLW, they're in the semi-finals this week. We've got the Western Bulldogs, or AKA Footscray. Western Bulldogs in the VFLW against Port Melbourne on Saturday. Up to the girls that I've had on from the podcast on those two teams as well. And obviously they got another game, which is North Melbourne as well. So yeah, that'll be against Williamstown, who I've had plays from those two sides as well. Now, all right, let's go. Let's start off with the world famous segment. Oh, it's world famous. Scoops Goes Bang. Boom. Oh, good golly God. What are we going to talk about today? There's plenty of clips, plenty of facts about to come your way. So let me tell you something, people. When Scoops spits facts on you. Now, that includes some clips here. You know, this is just some clips of where St Kilda was screwed in the game against Port Adelaide yesterday. We were lost by 2 points. When I show you 3 clips, right? One of them is from Ollie Lord, got a goal from a 2-metre pass. So if you take that off, we're up by 4. And if the 2 other instances that shows that we should have got goals from, we would be up by 16. And even if you want to debate those 2 clips, the Ollie Lord one, you definitely got no excuse for that one. That was clearly not 15 metres. If you don't know what I'm talking about, here is the first of 3 clips. Well, 2 clips are in one, and this one's on its own, of proving that the Saints got robbed right in front of me. Here it is.
Off to Hill. Rosie with Burn-Jones between them. They try and win the ball back. Is that far enough to be paid a mark? To Lord, it is.
Unbelievable. Now, there's no way. Connor Rosie was on the boundary line and then was in a little bit. They went like 7 metres. Like, seriously, how can you pay that a mark? Now, for people that want to argue, they go, oh, well, come on, Scoops, they paid plenty of those this year that aren't 15 metres and they pay them. Does that mean this is right? Does the previous instances warrant this to be okay? No, it does not. The rule is 15 metres. That wasn't 15 metres or more, so that is play on. And they got the goal, Ollie Lord, from that. By the way, that's literally the only kick he got all game. In fact, later in the last quarter, I think it was, he got another free kick or third quarter from bullshit, and he got a point from out in the full. That's right, from it, thank God. It's just ridiculous. And how you can say that's 15 minutes is ridiculous. Now, after I show 2 more clips, people are going to say, oh, come on, Scoops. What about Marshall's goal he got from a free kick? Because he didn't hand the ball to the player. He handed the ball to his own player, not the umpire. Yeah, that rule's been shit, and I don't like that rule. But we've known since that stupid incident about 4 weeks ago where it involved Collingwood or whatever, or maybe some other team, where they handed the ball to the wrong player, handed the ball to the player when they should have handed it to the umpire. We've known from then on that that's a free. No matter how shit it is, it's a free. So we've known it since then. So that freedom marshal from that was there. You don't have to like it, but it's in the rule book. So it is a free. So pipe down. That wasn't handed a free. It's in the bloody rules. That Ollie Lord one, though, was not. Now, here is 2 clips in one of where, in fact, I've got 4 clips here of where St Kilda got screwed. Now, if you recall to the Essendon Geelong game, right, when, I don't know who the Essendon player was, ran through the behind line, and I think it was Menzies or someone, I don't know, doesn't matter who it is, it's a team, it was Essendon, they ran through from a mile away. I thought that was deliberate, but, so that was deliberate, right? They gave that deliberate. So what the hell is this? You see Miles Bergman there and Dan Houston. Miles Bergman runs towards Houston, handballs it, and then Houston just walks it over. There's no Saints players around him there to put any pressure on him. And even if there was, that was blatant cheating what happened there. That's, again, if we had got the free from that, which we should have, it would have been right in the goal square, and therefore we would have added 6 more points to the tally. So the Lord one, take it off, we're up by 4. Get that one, we're up by 10. And then the 2 I'm going to show you will put us up by 22. Robbed. Now, that's ridiculous. Now, the Essendon game, they paid it, and this is a day later. The same thing happens, if not worse, this one, and that's not paid. Who's talking about that? That is ridiculous. The night before, they paid that. And the next day, not even 24 hours later, they don't pay that, which is the same, if not worse. Robbed again. And here is 2 more clips in the one clip. 2 incidents in the one clip. The first one involves Alir and Jack Higgins, and the last one involves Dan Butler getting shoved off the ball with the player's eyes not on the ball, and it was out of play as well. The ball wasn't even in shot. This is the ones that I captured on film. Here they are.
Oh, the bounce. Go down. Go, he go.
Gone! What's the difference? What's the difference, you hack?
Oh, you're kidding. Oh, my God. Match fixing.
Match fixing indeed. How the hell? Alia, the first clip of the two, or the first incident in those two, okay? He grabbed the ball, Alia, tried to barge through Higgins and co, and he got tackled and dropped the ball. He didn't dispose of the ball correctly. That's 3 we've been screwed in. And Butler would have had a chance to score from there. Easily could have got the distance. It's whether he would have got the goal or not. So that's 3 chances of being screwed. And the 4th one there at the end, Butler was bumped off the ball by the poor play. Couldn't tell who it was in the shot without the ball being in shot, which means the ball wasn't in play and he got shoved about 3 seconds before the ball even got there. Number 1, the poor player had his eyes off the ball. Number 2, that's a shove. And number 3, that's a block. It's one or the other. And it should have been a Butler free. Another one where we got screwed. You know, and people say, oh, I'm going to bring up all these pork clips. Show me where. Because you've got none and you don't want none. There is all those 4 clips. I could have found more, but they're the ones I could find straight away. And they were blatantly obvious, all 4 of them. And we got screwed in all 4 of them. And how much did we lose by? 2 points. Ollie Lords, reminder, take that off. We win by 4, or up by 4. You add the Butler one, you could score a goal. And you add the one there with Higgins, he could have got one there as well. And then the other one that I mentioned earlier with the deliberate, that would have been in the goal square, and you know that would have been a goal. So, and even if you want to only use the Ollie Lord one, we only needed 1 clip to show that we would have got a goal, or they shouldn't have had a goal, and we were up. So, yes, we were robbed right in front of me. Umpiring was a disgrace in that game. Just plain and simple. Now, the biased umpiring in the Essendon game. Now, when I had first made the post, Essendon were crap, which they were in the second half, but I didn't know, because I was at the wrestling, that they were screwed. Now, I looked at the free kick count as well, and Essendon had more frees. Now, I know you can't, it's not the number that always matters, and I know that. Because I didn't see the game, I had to, look and see opinions from other people really to base off. And I didn't see nothing straight away. And of course, when the game's done, I've got to make the post, right? I can't just wait an hour and a half for someone to make a post about an opinion about something. So I, just went with what the scores were, and there was 40-odd points. So it's like, okay, they can't have been really screwed. But on, watching footage back and everything like that, their deliberate one, so just briefly mentioned before, they got screwed. But I mean, it was deliberate, but clearly shown the next day, the Saints game, they didn't pay it. So it's all over the place. And there was some other ones, which I'm not even going to bother pulling up, but you will know who I'm talking about. Essendon was screwed heavy in that third time, and they ruined their momentum of what they were doing. And I told you all that the umpires ruin games. Momentum killers, they ruin games completely. They heavily favour teams. And I've always told you, every single time you've ever seen a channel video of mine when it gets to umpiring, that Geelong are the most protected club in the competition when it comes to rules, fixturing, umpiring, everything. Scott can say anything and bag them and nothing happens to him. He wants something changed, he generally gets it changed. He whinges about umpires, something gets changed to the umpiring. Fixture, they whinge. Something he whinges about and the club whinges about, they get it done and changed. Most other clubs and players, they don't care. Dangerfield whinges, nothing happens. He gets what he wants. It's just ridiculous. There's a heavily bias towards Geelong from the AFL. It is blatantly obvious, and it's got to stop. It is ridiculous. Now, the final umpiring horrendous decision was the Alex Neil-Bullen deliberate. And now for the people listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, I'm using quotation marks here. Deliberate. Now, Alex Neil-Bullen, this is again inconsistencies with umpires. Was Neil-Bullen trying to be getting it out deliberate? I think he was. But do they pay these every other game when they call the commentary call it a professional free or a professional behind, or a professional run it out, pretend to trip over type thing? Well, here. I've got a photo for you all. We're bringing it back, the diagram. The last time I brought the diagram out was when Jack Higgins kicked the goal in the field of play against Collingwood at the MCG. goal of the year. Still, mark my words, that is goal of the year. Now, the diagram is back. The drawing is back. Albeit this is not my drawing, but this is a drawing. A diagram is back. And look at this, will you? Look at this. Let me get this up. Have a look at this. Now, if you look at there, the Brisbane player, I can't quite see who that is in the background. But we see Neil Bullen, McCluggage is the one standing up. You see where the circle is, you can see the hand of the Brisbane player on the ground slightly leaning on Alex Neil Bullen's foot. Now, the basis was that they said he tripped on purpose. Well, maybe that Brisbane player's arm touched his foot, in Neil Bullen's foot, and made him trip over. And how many times in a game do they not pay these? And then McCluggage got the tin-ass goal from it, and they won. So, Melbourne fans, in this instance, in this little play, big play in the end, they have a fair and arguable reason to be pissed off with the umpiring. And it was a tin-ass goal from McCluggage. Let's be real. The bend wasn't even meant to go the way it did. He even said at post-game that it's not where it was meant to go. I mean, it's just bullshit. People, you got to understand, I don't just bring up the umpiring, just shit on the umpiring. I don't do it for clicks. I don't do it for views. I genuinely think they've been shit. And I'll tell you, when I tell you they're shit, I freaking mean it. I would tell you if I didn't think and I was taking the piss. But the umpiring is shit every freaking week in almost every game. And, you know, this little clip here, which you can all clip this whole Supercoach bang, because people that say, you know, I bring up the umpiring in the Saints game, I just brought it up in Melbourne's game, I just brought it up in the Essendon game. I don't like Essendon. But I brought it up anyway because they got screwed. You know, Melbourne, you know, I'm not the biggest Melbourne team favourite or anything either, but I brought it up as well. Because when a team is screwed, I will bring it up. If I see it, and like with these instances, I will bring it up. St Kilda were robbed due to match fixing. Geelong got lucky over Essendon, and Melbourne there got screwed in that moment with McCluggage, the goal he got. So, to the AFL umpiring department and to the AFL, lift your bloody game, pathetic. Absolutely useless. Disgraceful. Hope you guys and girls enjoyed that long, extensive, lengthy segment of Scoops Goes Bang. Alrighty. There is the music video, by the way. If you haven't seen it, please go and check that out. I would greatly, greatly appreciate it. You know, put a lot of effort into that video. Hopefully you like it. If you want any more, please do let me know. And we may be doing some more over the time being. All right, now it's time to go through my Scoops Round 16 AFL Team of the Week. From the back line, the pockets, Jack Sinclair and Mitch Hinge. Full back, Charlie Cobden. Half back line, the flankers, Nick Blakey and Sam Flanders. Centre half back, Rory Lobb. Wingers, Lucky Whitfield and Josh Dunkley. Centreman, Noah Anderson. Half forward line, the flankers, Orazio Fantasia and Jai Amos. Centre half forward, Rowan Marshall. Forward pockets, Cozzy Pickett and Toby Green. Full forward, all hail the king, Ben King. Ruckman, Lloyd Meek. Rovers, Patrick Cripps and Tom Green. Interchange, Jai Newcomb, Jai Caldwell, Blake Akers, Nick Dacos. And Marcus Monopelli. All right, so the next one we got here is the emergency list. We have Will Haywood, we have Tristan Cherry, and Hugh McCluggage. Now, I've just remembered something. We're going to go back to Scoops' Bang just after I explain my Team of the Week selection. So let's have a look at the screen here. Scoops' Bang is coming back, because I forgot to mention the Max King haters. Now, we're going to get to in a second. So, Scoops' Bang Part 2 coming right now after this discussion here. So, reasons, Sinclair had 31, had high efficiency, was really good for the Saints. It was the reason why we're in the game, along with Rowan Marshall. Charlie Cobden was a rock down in defence, 22 on disposals and like 11 and 1% as a marks, intercept possessions, etc. Mitch Hinge, 31. I'm telling you right now, he'd be close to an All-Australian selection for me. He's been killing it, especially the last 2 months. Nick Blakey had around 30. Rory Lobb was really good and influential down in the back line. Sam Flares had over 30 again. Lockie Whitfield had 41. Anderson had 39. Dunkley had 35. Fantasia kicked 4. Dre Miss kicked 3. Cosy Pickett kicked 5. Toby Green kicked 3. Ben King kicked 4. Royal Marshall kicked 3 and 18 disposal. I know he played part of the game in the rough, but he went down 4 and he kicked 3 goals on his ruck opponent, believe it or not, Jordan Sample-Hack Sweet. Lloyd Meek was really good in the ruck, destroyed the 2 Eagles duo in Flynn and Williams. I expect one of those 2 West Coast rucks to be dropped now. Patrick Cripps, 41 disposal. He had a huge third quarter, I think it was, when they went bang, 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 bang. Tom Green had like 38, was awesome. John Newcomb in the 30s, same with John Corward, who kicked a couple. So did Nick Dacos, 2 and 32. Blake Agers at 33, and that the Marcus Button Pally guy had 33 disposals, 69%, but he probably only got in because he had 11 clearances. Okay. Emergencies at Will Haywood had 3. Tristan Sherry kicked a goal and had 20 and had about 30 hit-outs for North. And Hugh McCluggage, because he had 28, kicked a goal or 2, and he kicked that match-winning goal at the end. So that's why he's in the team of the week. Alrighty. Now, please welcome back. Oh, hang on, let me bring back up. Please welcome back again for part 2, the world-famous segment, Scoops Goes Bang. Oh, you're all very lucky tonight. You get a Scoops Goes Bang part 2. That's because I forgot. Now, the Max King haters, okay, I just want to stress enough that the delivery to Max King a lot of the time is shit, okay? You cannot be fully blaming him. There's no forward in the game right now, in the past or in the future, that could do well with this shit delivery. For example, if Max King's on a one-on-one and he's on a bit of a lead and the ball's kicked about 5 metres over his head, it's a prime position for a freaking defender to spoil it or mark it or intercept it. Or what about when Max King got one-on-one on him and some guy's waiting at the side for security to bomb it to him and they just float in the middle in front of King and get it? Like, to say that the defenders are playing well, no. Nah. You're going to blame the delivery towards King. Now, did he have some poor moments? Sure. Everyone has poor moments in every game. Pretty much every player, every game, all right? He's had some really good games this year. For a guy that's been suspended and injured, triple-teamed, harshly done by the umpires, and shit delivery, I think he's going okay, all right? He's had games where he's killed Tom Barras, who the year prior, he beat Tom Barras and kicked 6 on him, and this year kicked 3. Tom Barras is an All-Australian level defender. And he's killed him. He's had games the start of the year against Geelong, and you thought he was good. There's been some other games as well throughout the year that they're just off the top of my head. He's done the North Melbourne game. So, just in the Gold Coast game, he did really well as well on Mac Andrews. So you got to really just calm the farm with this hatred and everything and negativity. I hate it because I don't like people just spitting bullshit. Keep blaming Kingy all you do, right? But blame the freaking delivery. You're happy to blame Security skills in general, so this has have an impact on the forward line, okay? Max King's been copping poor delivery, triple-teamed, shit umpiring against him, injury, bullshit suspensions. He's been through it all, okay? You're not going to be kicking 5 goals every week. Even Charlie Curnow, who's probably been the best kick forward this year, isn't kicking 5 goals every game. He only kicked 2 against freaking Richmond yesterday. It did nothing, really. So it just doesn't happen every week. You're not going to be kicking 5 every week for a key forward. And, credit to Kingy for trying to push through this hard time for him with all this shit talk about him. And then all this talk, David King and Grant Thomas, and there's some other idiot that said about trading Kingy out. It's just talking absolute shit. Okay? And there's now talks that he's on the verge they're in talks for a long-term extension. He's already got another 2 years to go. And Matthew Lloyd is the other clown saying to trade him. Now, quite frankly, Matty Lloyd, number one, is just shitty because St Kilda rejected him about 4 years ago to do the goal kicking. And he's still got the vendetta. He has it ever since. Him and Volcano having their little bloody jabs at St Kilda throughout the 4 years now. And in particular, when they talked about Kingy not getting the goal kicking help at the time, I thought it was petty from St Kilda as well. But they said no, and that's it. And Lloyd still brings it up and sooks about it, basically saying that he would have made the difference and when he wouldn't have done shit for anyone. He only just wants fees. If you remember that Footy Show episode, he wanted $10K to make a freaking local footy place appearance for 1 hour. Like 10 grand. Seriously? Who are you? Who the hell do you think you are? No one, unless your name's The Rock, which it's not, Dwayne Johnson, the tribal chief Roman Reigns, acknowledge him and me. Unless your name's something like that, or John Cena, or some relevant name that's known worldwide, you ain't worth $10,000 for an hour. In fact, really, no one is. That is ridiculous money. That is ridiculous. And I know that's true because TJ mentioned on one of the Footy Show episodes a few years back. So I know it's true because it was mentioned on the national television, and he didn't deny it. He just laughed and goes, "Yeah," because we know it's true, and he knows it's true. But now going back to the topic, I got a bit off topic there. The people are saying to trade Max King, quite frankly, you stupid, and you have zero idea. Why would you trade your future star forward? Not only for the Saints, but of the competition. It's just like saying, yeah, Nick Dacos has had a poor month. Now, again, I'm hypothetically speaking here. These clowns saying this about King would say this about Dacos, for example. If Dacos was to have a quiet month or two or having an average year for his standards, it'd be like, oh, yeah, let's get rid of him. Like, just seriously, just stupid. Like, seriously, Max King will be one of, if not the best key forward in the competition within the next 5 years. Okay? He's not in the greatest of form. But I said he's been through the ringer with the injuries, this bullshit suspensions, triple teamed, shit umpiring, where he's not getting these frees. I mean, it's just ridiculous. Some of these key forwards are getting held and everything. It's just ridiculous. Why would you trade Max King? Who are you going to bring in? We're going to bring in speculative draft picks that may be a bust. Max King is kicked. I want to get the stat up, okay? He's basically kicked, on average in his career, 2 goals a game, okay? I'm gonna get this up because I'm just sick of the bullshit that people keep going to say about Kingy. All right. So Max King in his career has. I'm just going to tell you this right now. Max King in his career, okay, has played 83 games for 159 goals. Just sink that in. Not bad for a guy getting triple teamed, getting pulled and not getting frees, getting shoved for no reason, having injuries and suspensions throughout all this, all the talk about him. I'm bloody proud of how he's been playing in his career so far. Yeah, of course he can be better. So can everyone. But the hatred towards him, the talk of trading him is just pure garbage. Whoever says he deserves to be, they should trade him out. Get off. Seriously. If you're a Saints fan and you're saying we should trade him, just go. Bye-bye. Don't want you. And that is just stupid. Why would you trade your best player for speculative draft picks? He's 24 years of age. He isn't 34. He's 24. I just think it's bullying at this rate, really. I mean, it is ridiculous. And it just needs to stop. He'll come back very shortly. He could be as early this week against the Swannies, against Dane Rampy or Tom McCartan, and he'll kick 5. And what the hell are you going to say then? Are you going to say you're wrong? Bullshit, you will. He killed Tom Barrass, who is a contender for All-Australian this year and one of the best key defenders in the game, Tom Barrass. That's why Sydney want him. That's why they tried him last year, and they're trying again. That's why the Bulldogs want him, because they got none. And why Western's are heavily interested in keeping him, because they know he's that damn good. And Max King's beat him twice in the last 2 freaking times. 3 goals like 8 marks in Perth, or about a month back, and kicked 6 on Barras the year before. You know, I mean, you can't fluke that twice on Tom Barras. Max King is a future star key forward for the competition. If he's not already, he definitely will be. He's obviously going through a bit at the moment, as I said, but Kingy will be back. Ben's in good form at the moment, and Max will be doing that soon. Very, very soon. I'm behind you, Max. And I think some of you Saints fans really should start being more appreciative. Because if he ever was to leave, you got no one to blame but yourself for all the shit talk you've done on him for years. You just got to stop. And also, while I'm at it with roasting people, Mitch Cleary and Tom Morris, seriously, I love when Ross ripped into you both last week, okay? Especially you, Mitch, because you were at the presser, right? You know, when Roll Marshall talk was another bullshit article from Mitch Cleary. Surprise, surprise, right? Or comments. You know, Roll Marshall, I told you all last week, he's never leaving. Rowan Marshall is one of the nicest people I've met. And, you know, he's always got a smile on his face. Even when we're losing, he's got a smile to a degree on his face. Ripper guy, ripper player. Why the hell, again, there's 2 players that the media wanting us to get rid of or speculating is our 2 best players. Like, you couldn't be more stupid to even consider trading Rowan Marshall or Max King. If anyone in the St Kilda tried to do that, then they deserve to be sacked. I've got faith in them to not be that stupid. Now, to Mitch, to shit himself to a degree, when Ross questioned he and Tom on the Road reports, and Road found that disrespectful and hurtful and that. And fair enough, too. He's got 4 years left, Road, or something on a deal. He ain't leaving at all. No one at St Kilda would want to get rid of him at all. The talk is just stuff. And Ross, like, oh, did you write it? Was it you, Mitch? And he's like stuttering, nah. Oh, but you commented on it though. And he's like stopping and stalling, going, nah. Yes, you did. We all saw it. Mitch, you know, it's just pathetic. You got roasted by Ross. I mean, if you want to watch that clip, go on one of St Kilda's recent midweek pressers. Last Wednesday or Thursday. Go on the Saints page and go have a watch of it. Watch Mitch crumble. It's actually screw that. Watch it on my Instagram page. It's on my Instagram page. I really should play it, shouldn't I? You know what? I might play it. I generally might play it on here, right now. If not, you can go check it out on my Instagram page, AFL Info Live. The picture it'll be of Ross. You can just check it out there. And yeah, you can see it there for yourself because, you know, it's very important. I feel like you watch it. And you know what? Screw it. Welcome to an additional clip of the world famous segment Scoops as bang Ross roasts Mitch Cleary, who is there in person in this clip, and Tom Morris as well. Here is the clip. Ross goes bang.
I don't talk about what I do. I let the investigative journalists do it. So, you know, even everything that gets written is not accurate, is it? We learnt that with Roe Marshall during the week. So, probably talks to journalistic standards a little bit to throw out. I know my understanding is try and get to the source. So, if anyone had rang the source and rang Rowan, they would never have aired that piece. So, but that's okay. It just talks to where the landscape is. So have you spoken to Rowan in the last week? Yeah, I have. I talk to him all the time. But, sorry, in terms of... Did you run that piece? Not specifically. No, you just picked it up? No. Okay. Not at all. Not at all? It was thrown out there, but I never gave any leaks or anything. Yeah, okay. Yeah. I think it's Tom. I'm talking to you, Tom. Yeah. Have you spoken to Rowan about those reports? He actually found me and said, I'm really uncomfortable, I don't like it. So, you know, we'll all go into Origin, so we just grabbed the feed, so that was good. Yeah. As a club, are you any closer to...
So did you see what Mitch said? I didn't run with it. I didn't give it any legs. You didn't give it any legs. I swear there was an Instagram bloody reel of you and Samuel Claw on your podcast you do there, and you mentioned it. So, not bullshit, Mitch. You got it wrong, and you got roasted by Ross in person. You stopped, you stalled, and you screwed up. That's typical. Journalistic standards, they said, Ross said there. Not integrity, but journalistic standards, the same thing. And he and Tom shit the bed. Wrong. Again. Lift your game. Pathetic. Yeah, Mitch. Pathetic. All right, there you go. Hope you guys and girls enjoyed the part 2 of the world famous segment, Scoops Goes Bang. Basically, this whole 36 minutes has been Scoops Goes Bang and Team of the Week, basically. So, yeah, we got more to come. All right, let's now go through my let's go through the Supercoach Talk. All right. This round I scored 2,307. We're in the top 28%. I'm really happy there. And Captain Nick Dacos. I've now got 2 rookies left, or 1 rookie on the field, and that's Nathan Kruger. Got Max Gruski on the bench. So the bench, I really have no one now to make money on. So I'm relying on Kruger to build up his money quick. Gruski's played 2 games, scoring like 19 both times. He's going to get dropped this week. I'll be shocked if he doesn't get dropped. Regardless, he's not going to make enough to be relevant to trade out. I've got Dowling in the midfield bench too. Hopefully Dowling keeps going up, gets to about... See, I need about 250k. I need Kruger to keep going up. I need Dowling to keep going up. And ideally, I want that now. But they're the only 2 I can really trade. And until they both get to about 300, which could be another 3 weeks, then I'll have a full team. But at the moment, I've got 6 trades to start the round. What I will say is I brought in Ari Showmaker or Logan Evans for Toby Pink on the bench, who dropped a couple of K, which I'm pissed off about. Missed breaking by 6 points. I think it was 33 he got. He was breaking, was 39. So you traded him, downgrade, make that extra money. I got like 90k left over. I got all premiums in every other spot. But yeah, I did really well there. But yeah, so now let's go through. Well, actually, I'll read through my teams. I haven't probably read it for a few weeks. So this is my Supercoach team. In the back line, we got Nick Dacos, Harry Sheasel, Luke Ryan, Bailey Dale, Jordan Clark, and Cy Wayne and Malira. Bench of relevance is Ari Showmaker. Midfield, Adam Trelaw, Noah Anderson, who were brought in last week, Caleb Sarong, Zach Butters, Sam Walsh, Roy Laird, Tom Green, Tuke Miller. Bench of relevance, Billy Dowling, Sean Manor, and Kynan Brown. Rucks, Rowan Marshall, and Brodie Grundy. Again, the bench is irrelevant because they don't play. And the forward line, which is my weakest spot, Sam Flanders, Isaac Heaney, Zach Fisher, Charlie Curnow, Alex Sexton, and Nathan Kruger. And on the bench there, I have Max Gruski and Will Dawson. Hopefully comes back from injury soon, as he had 1 game. 2 games, technically. He got injured in the first quarter of his 2nd game. But it's a bit frustrating, but I'm really happy with that. I got 5 trades left after doing this Showmaker/Evans trade from Toby Pink to one of those 2. But yeah, comment down below your thoughts on or how you're going. Yeah, we'll go from there. Let's get through the teams that are going well in my Scoops League. Let's get that up. I know there's a few people in chat that will want to hear that names get mentioned if you did well. Well, I went up 2. I'm 146 now in the league. I went up 2 spots in the Scoops League. In first place, we have Declan Rowan the Saints, up by 20 points ahead of Rolls Macca in 2nd place. In 3rd place, we have Zach. In 4th place, we have Justin. I don't think he's been in the top 5 all year. And in 5th, we've got Jesse. M3, which is Andrew, who's in 6th place. We have Shano in 10th place. We've got Studi, who's going up the ranks in 12th. We have Graz, who is in 26th place. And yeah, I'm just scrolling. And Richo is in 53rd place. And I know there's one particular person that wants to hear their name get mentioned. And there's a certain person who will probably potentially be in the chat right now. He'll be saying, come on, Scoops, please mention my name. You haven't mentioned my name in the Supercoach. Come on. I'll mention your name. Maybe. Let's just say that he's not in the bottom 10. It doesn't look like. We do have Kev's Magpies, though, in 217th place. He had 227 people. Bad luck, Kev. And where is he? Where is he? Ooh, here we go. Out of 227 places, in 204 places, it took me a while to find his name because he's so far down the bottom. It's Shannon, everyone. Shannon in 204th place. I mean, hey, he's not last, right? But, oh, God, there you go. Shannon's in 204th place out of 227. Absolutely bad. But there you go. You got your shout out, Shannon. Now, don't keep asking. All right. Now, let's go. I'm sure Graz is loving that. Let's go review the round 16 games. All right. It was an interesting round, though, in, footy this week. We talked about the Melbourne robbery, the Saints robbery, and the Essendon robbery, and Geelong getting favoured again due to match fixing. We had Brisbane 86, Melbourne 81. I mean, I felt like Brisbane deserved to win the game. Melbourne, to their credit, did well. But the Hugh McCluggage thing shouldn't have been the thing. And, yeah, I mean, there was chances later, I guess. Good game, though. But, Brisbane, they needed that win. How tight is it, the ladder? And I've been saying this for a long time. Another Freo a third, it is further proves my point that besides Sydney at the very, very top, and then a gap, and then the Carlton, and then a gap, from third place down to 18th, no one has played well this year consistently at all. Freo are classed the third best team. No, they're not. On the ladder, they may be, but this just shows how inconsistent teams are. They've all had their inconsistencies and heavily bad inconsistent patches. But yeah, so just shows. Go right down the ladder from third down and go tell me who's been good this year, pretty much the whole way through. Normally, at this point of the year, number one, you have ladder positions are starting to be set up. From third all the way to 13th, anyone can make finals still, really. And I don't think any of them deserve it right now. The Giants and Collingwood, they're having some good patches. The Giants just lost Adelaide on the weekend. Freo got smashed by the Bulldogs. Bulldogs got smashed by teams. Geelong got beaten by teams. Essendon just got smashed by Geelong in the end. And they've been inconsistent and an easy fixture. And you can't tell me that Essendon's been the fourth best. Port Adelaide have been useless last month and then just won a game due to match fixing. You know what I'm getting at. It's like Gold Coast, they can only win at home. It's just, Brisbane have been shit into the last 3 weeks. So none of those teams from third down to 13th that are in contention have really been good this year. None of them really deserve to play finals. It just shows how far apart Carlton is from them and then how far Sydney is from Carlton, and then the rest are bloody down the bottom. Like they're playing state leagues and Sydney's in the AFL and the rest are in the state leagues and Carlton's in the middle of the AFL gap from Sydney to them. It's just that big of a gap. It's just not funny. But yeah, North Melbourne 60, Bulldogs 77, Bulldogs with 17 points. Lobb played in the back line. I thought he did really well. Charlie Cobden did well in the back line for the Roos. Sheezel was really quiet. I thought he had 27, but I didn't think he was at his best. LDU in his milestone game 100 did all right. It's signed long term with the Roos. Tyson Stengel, by the way, a 5-year deal with Geelong. But yeah, so the Roos, I thought they were okay. There was moments where they were, disappointing. Will Phillips did a good job on Adam Treloar. Thanks, Will. Adam's in my super coach. But yeah, he did well on him. But yeah, Bulldogs, they just got the job done. Waitman popped up for a couple, or 3, but it is what it is. All right, Sydney and Fremantle, 98-99, the Dockers by 1 point. Now, when I want to make this abundantly clear, when I said that Freo stole it, I meant, yes, I am well aware that Fremantle were up the whole game and only lost the margin very late for Sydney for a couple of minutes. But what I meant by that Freo stole it was that Logan McDonald most weeks would have scored from that and could have scored the goal. So that's why I say they stole it, okay? I just want to make that abundantly clear. I know what you mean when you say they weren't up all game, so they were up all game. How could they be stealing it? I get that, but I just told you why. Just listen back the last 10 seconds. If you didn't listen then, rewind it. But this game, Jai Miss kicked 3. Plays for them were good. Nick Blakey, though, for the Swans was good. Warner and Heaney and Co weren't as dominant as they normally are. They, to their credit, they fight back what the Swans always do. They never say die attitude. Joel Amadi, that 9 hasn't been seen for a few weeks. But close win for the Dockers. I'll take that, and now they're third. Another great game. Man, high scoring game was Gold Coast 101, Collingwood 90. Now, similar trend where Gold Coast were pretty much up the whole game, and Collingwood fought back to their credit. Collingwood hit the front late, then 2 late goals to the Suns, and then the sealer by Ben Ainsworth got them the win. And look, it was a good game to watch too. They did the job. They got the job done. That's an important thing for Gold Coast. But the talk will still be they've got to win for away from home. And they got North this week at Marvel, which really, if they lose that, they don't deserve to play finals. We're talking about another side being inconsistent. Suns are that when they're not at home. So they lose. They've lost every game. That's factually correct. They want to beat the Roos and just get rid of that chat about not winning away. We'll have to see this week, though, when we get to the tipping later. But yeah, they got the job done, and Sam Flanders was good. I thought Nick Davis was good. Noah Anderson was terrific. But, it is what it is. Now, the next game we're going to go through is Adelaide and the Giants. Adelaide 94, 78 the Giants. Adelaide by 16 points. What a win. What a statement win from the Crows. This is a bloody big win, and this could be a season-defining win for the Crows. I'm talking about 3rd to 13th is basically up for grabs. And, the Crows, they're just ahead of the Saints, I think, by 6 points. 2 points, actually. So they're 14th, sorry. So they're a long road back. But with their decent percentage at 103.8, and their percentage is very close to Gold Coast GWS, okay? And theirs is better than Melbourne's, and they're better than Hawthorn's. And St Kilda's, because they're 2 points behind, this is 11% better than the Saints. So, they're going to have to keep winning, but their percentage is good. So if they can keep getting the wins on the board, no matter how they do it, if they get the wins, that could help. I don't think they can make it, but this could be a season-defining win for them. Because the Crows, if they were to win this week, which, will be interesting. They're playing the Lions at the Gabba, but then after that, the Crows have the Saints. Well, that could be an elimination final in round 18. And the Crows, that game would be in Adelaide, and then after that, they got the Bombers. So, games they could win. They could win them. They could lose all 3. They could win 1 and 2. You don't know with the Crows. But this could be a season-defining win for the Crows with the openness of the top 8 at the moment, and teams above them are going to be losing and playing against each other. If they can sneak those 3 wins in, who knows what could happen? Who knows? Long road back, but you never know. I thought they were on 6 points ahead of us, which is why I thought they were only a game and a half out, but here we are. But yeah, look, good win for them against the Giants. One player I want to mention right now, Mitch Hinge, has to be a contender for All-Australian this year. No ifs, ands, or buts. Mitch Hinge has to be a chance for the rising star. He's about 26 years old, Scoops. He has to be a chance for the All-Australian team this year. Mitch Hinge is my Smoky for the All-Australian team for 2024. He has to be in contention. He just has to be. Killing it each and every week. Let me get his numbers up for you. I like Mitch Hinge as a player. I personally feel like St Kilda should actually target him hard on a 3 or 4 year deal. That's how highly I rate him. 31 disposals on the weekend, 77%. 5 score involvements, 8 marks, 4 1%ers. He's had a really good season. He's averaging 24.1 disposals for a medium-sized defender at 187 centimetres, averaging 465.9 metres a game, averaging 5 marks a game. He's a strong, running, rebound left footer, booming left foot kick. Mitch Hinge can kick 50 easily. That's some of the Saints should be targeting. All right. Let's go to the next game. This was Geelong and Essendon. Geelong 105, Essendon 60, 45-point victory to Geelong. Dodgy umpiring. We're not going to go through that, but, Essendon were better in the first half. Geelong beat them in the second half. I didn't get to see this game. I didn't get to see this game I mentioned earlier, but from watching back highlights and everything, John Caldwell was really good. Ollie Dempsey had his moments. But Lawson Humphries, I want to mention, on debut at halfback, had 15 disposals, 6 marks and 3 tackles. Now, people go, oh, my God, what's so special about that? A first-year player. He's 21 years of age, though, Lawson Humphries. He's a state league. He's from the state leagues for the Swan Districts in the Waffle from Perth. Obviously, did well for him to be noticed. He's 182 centimeters, so played off half back. And speaking to some Geelong fans, they were really impressed with how he played. So could be a cash get for Supercoach. He's 102k defender mid. Hopefully, I'm just giving everyone ideas. But anyway, I thought he was really good as well. Tom Stewart played in a bit more midfield. Just play him in the defence, Scotty. We know he's done shit this year. He's been tagging him multiple times. So they're trying to, get him involved a bit more and hopefully break that tag or force another player to go on him because they don't want XYZ who's tagging him to go play in the midfield. So they take a spot out of someone else. So, I mean, it's a good tactic in a way from Chris if that's what they're doing on purpose to try and break that tag. But, hey, I think they need him in defence because their backline's pretty shit, if you ask me. Sam DeConning's playing up ruck at the moment with the structure they're playing at the moment. So, very interesting. But, it is what it is. The game on Sunday, St Kilda 60, Port Adelaide 62. Overall, I thought it was a really good game. I mean, both teams had their opportunities in front of goals. I don't think this was one of those things you say, it was boring, yada, yada, yada. I think teams were just missing some opportunities right in front of goals. Not right in front, but, some chances that you couldn't normally get. Then we saw the dodging up in the 4 clips I've shown. 4 incidents I've shown. But Saints are robbed. We should have won by 20 points. Or 22 points rather. But definitely 10 at minimum. So it's just, 22, so 10. Then the 2 Butler and Higgins could have got a goal from. The others should have been deliberate, and Ollie Law one shouldn't have counted. We win by 10. And max at 22 if those other 2 goals went in. Regardless, we should have won. Even with just one of those 4, we win. But yeah, I thought Cal Wilkie's game in defence, who broke the record for the most consecutive games ever for a St Kilda player. I think it was over 133 games. So well done, Cal. The ever-reliable Cal Wilkie. Rookie draft selection. Hasn't missed a game in over 120 games. Cal, absolute reliable defender. A 2-time All-Australian. Hopefully a chance this year for a 3-time All-Australian for this year. Will he feature in the Scoops one? He was in last week's. Will he feature at the end of the year? You'll have to... Oh, no, he didn't actually. But will he be there at the end of the year? Maybe. If he keeps his form up block on the weekend, it'll be contender. And Sinks and Roe Marshall. Awesome. Yeah. But that was for the Saints. For Port Adelaide, I think it was where there was a quarter where it was Horn Francis's quarter, even though his efficiency is shit and still was in this game. But he was just getting loose a little bit. Rosie and Butters had a quarter each where they were like that. So and that was really frustrating. Rowe destroyed Jordan Sweet in the ruck, and Tom Campbell did while he was on. Jordan Sweet's a sample hack, so could you expect anything less? Let's face it, that's true, Port fans. And there's 1 or 2 particular Port fans who hopefully be listening to this, if they normally do, and just realise and understand that Jordan Sweet is no good. And neither is Ivan Soldo. But yeah, people want to talk about some of their defenders. I mean, I will more talk about the running half-backs like Farrell and Houston and Bergman. I mean, Bergman and Houston had their moments. Farrell was hardly noticed, to be honest. I know Farrell got a nice goal. He's an elite kick. Bergman did, sorry. They're the ones like St Kilda generally let the halfbacks for each team get 30 plus, but they must have done a job on those 3 this week because neither of them got over 30. I mean, they still had, Farrell not so much, but the other 2 done okay. Nothing special, but I think they did some work on those guys. People wanted to praise the game of Zirk Thatcher. Like I said with the King's hate talk, the delivery was shit to King. So, of course, Zirk Thatcher was going to be made to look good because they were just kicking it to him, or he was waiting out the side to jump in front of King or someone else to get easy intercept marks. And Alir the same. So it's just like they weren't good, but they were made to look good because of the delivery and the execution and the skills and the decision making. So don't start praising them. This Zirk Thatcher's still a sample hack. So yeah. All right. So the next game to go through is Richmond and Carlton, 70 to 131, Carlton by 61. If it wasn't for that third quarter where they're going bang, 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 they were just dominating play, dominating on the scoreboard. Richmond, to their credit, were really into this for 2 quarters, and then there was dead and buried after that third quarter patch where they went bang, 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 bang. I think it was like 6 goals or something to 1. I think it was 6 goals to 1. Yeah, it was 7 goals to 1. 7-1 to 1-4. So there you go. And then there was all she wrote in the last quarter. Panned out how it did 3 goals to 6. So 3-4 to 6-2. So there you go. Avalanche destroyed Richmond in the end. Jordan Boyd has copped a 1-week suspension for his hit on Ryan Mansell. Bit questionable if you ask me, but anyway, got him high, but suspension really. Told you they're suspending players for nothing this year. It's just absolutely ridiculous, but here we are. But yeah, Carlton went in cruise control for the first half and they went bang, bang, bang in the second half. Which is a damning stat. I know Richmond got all these injuries, and fair enough. And Martin was subbed off injured, but he's done nothing all year. Let's be brutally honest. That's what Martin needs to retire this year, let alone play anywhere else. Cripps was elite, 40 touches and a goal. Newman and Walsh played their part. Akers is killing on the wing. Blake Akers would have to be a contender for the All-Australian wing spot this year, if not on the bench. Blakey Akers. For Richmond, I thought Toby Nankervis played his role, and Jacob Hopper did as well. Final game to go through was West Coast and Hawthorn. Nothing to add. West Coast 33, Hawthorn 94, Hawthorn by 61 points. I thought Marby Ochoa had his moments. Jai Newcomb, Will Day, James Sicily was really good before he went off with a shoulder injury, precautionary in the last quarter. But look, and then for West Coast, none of them are really good. The midfield were really poor. Led by Kelly and other experienced players. They just weren't on at all. They were beaten badly by the Hawks. This is West Coast had their full team this year, full strength team. You had Reed back, you had Kelly back, you had other key players in there. You had Waterman up forward, you had Allen there. You had your whole team. Jamie Cripps was there, and then you're back on McGovern and Barras, etc. So no excuses really. Really shit performance from the Eagles, and they should really be disappointed with that because that was a prime opportunity there. The Hawks love FanFest. It's got to stop eventually. They're not making finals. If they do, it'll just fluke this way in because of the way the season's going. They could actually fluke their way in now that I think about it, but here we are. One thing I want to add to before I go on to the previewing the round 17 games, condolences to Elliot Yeo on the passing of his father last Sunday or Monday. And credit to him for, going through all that and then playing. He didn't have the best game on the field, but you can understand that. He's also been through a hell of a lot. We don't know everything and we don't need to know everything, but I'm sure there's so much stuff he's had to go through and everything, you know what I mean? So condolences to Elliot Yeo and his family on the passing of his father. I'm sorry to hear that, Elliot, and hopefully, everything's okay for you and the family. Okay, now let's go review the round 17 games. Preview the round 17 games, rather. Alrighty. So Friday night at the MCG, we have Collingwood hosting Essendon, 7:40 Vic time. Ooh, I'm going the Pies by 20 points. Essendon are pretenders. Saturday at Marvel Stadium, it's North Melbourne hosting the Gold Coast at 1:45. I got Gold Coast winning this by 40 points. Oh, actually, no, not 40 points. 15 points. Gold Coast by 15 points, and they'll win their first away game for the year, taking them to round 17, but here we are. Another bloody 1:45 game in big time at the Adelaide Oval. It's Port Adelaide hosting the Bulldogs. Port Adelaide to win that by 10 points. Stop playing games at the same bloody time. Why do the AFL keep doing this? Do they like pissing us off? Because they're accomplishing that. Because that's the only thing they're good at, pissing us off. Because they're shit at everything else. The fixturing, their reasons for stuff is just ridiculous. So congratulations to Will Graham from the Suns, while on top of the Gold Coast game, for getting a 2-year contract extension on top of the 2 years he already had. And then also on top of that, won the Rising Star nomination for the rounds 1 and 2, Will Graham. Gold Coast by 15. Then us and Port Adelaide by 10 over the Bulldogs. The next game at 4:35 Vic time at GMHBA is Geelong hosting Hawthorn. I'm actually going to tip the Hawks here by 5 points. Not jumping on that bandwagon that people are with Sammy Mitchell and Ginnivan and Scholl and Nick Watson, who deserves to be dropped and learn how to kick goals again. It's all well and good doing it at under 18 level, Nick, but you really need to pick up your game on that. I mean, that's your weapon and you're failing that at the moment, so you need to pick that up, mate. Any tips, just hit me up on Instagram, AFL for Live, or feel free to come in a Goal King challenge, which hopefully one day you will, because I thought you were in the past. Here we are. According to someone, which I won't name on here. But yeah, so happy to have you on, Nick. Only tongue in cheek, mate. Just remember that. But yeah, want any advice? Hit me up. AFL Info Live on Instagram, mate. Okay. Lloyd Meek was really good against Bailey Williams and Matty Flynn. They won the Hawks by 5 points. Geelong are in shambles. I know they won, but they're in the shitter. At the moment, they're fifth, but as I said, no one from 3rd to 13th is doing well at all. Saturday night at GMHBA Stadium. Saturday night at Giants Stadium, I call it. I refuse to call it the other name. It's the Giants hosting Carlton, 7:30 Vic time. I'm tipping Carlton in this one by 25 points. The Giants could win this. It wouldn't shock me, but we'll wait and see. Saturday night at Optus Stadium, 8:10 Vic time. It's Freo hosting Richmond. Fremantle are going to win this game by 48 points. And my big call will be Jai Amos and Hayden Young to combine for 45 disposals and 4 goals between them. There you go. Random big call. Sunday, 1:10 at the MCG. We've got the Demons hosting West Coast. I think Melbourne will win this by 27 points. But for some reason, I've just got this odd feeling just now thinking about it that West Coast will pull off the upset. But after last week, I don't know. But we'll have to wait and see. Oh, this is going to be interesting. Sunday, 3:20 at Marvel Stadium. It's my Sainers hosting at Swans Vic time. Now, this is just going to sound, people are going to say this is stupid. What the hell are you doing? Just recall that Sydney lost to Richmond. They just lost to Fremantle. They can't keep winning. But I wish they had beaten Fremantle, so then this could have made more sense. And we did get screwed and robbed by the umpires due to matching against Port. So, look, fortunately, I think the Swans will win. For some reason, this is honestly what I feel. I feel like we're either going to win by a couple of points or we're going to lose by 50 points. I hope it's not 50-point loss. So I'm going to tip the Swans. And off the base of what I just said, I'm just going to change that and say that Swans by 10 points. But come on, Saints, let's get the bloody win. And how sweet this would be. Even if we don't make finals, this would be just a proof in the pudding to show that we still bloody have it. We just need to get it more consistent and stop losing close games. We've lost 6 games under 10 points or less now. And by the way, bring back Filippo. It's time, Ross. Bring Filippo back. He had 31 disposals on the weekend, kicked 2 goals, had 10 clearances, had 10 tackles or 11 clearances and 10 tackles. Bring back Filippo. All aboard the Filippo train still. Then, now, forever, together. Always on the Filippo train. And hopefully Ross brings back Mateus this week. Bring back Timmy Membry. Bring them both in. That's a starting point. And bring back Dougal Howard from injury. And then we'll go from there. Okay. So the Swans by 10 points, unfortunately. In the final game to go through at the Gabba, 4:10 Vic time. It is Brisbane hosting Adelaide. Odd time. Why is it not 4:40? Want more bloody overlap, don't you? I'm going to go Brisbane in this one by 38 points. I'm going to do another big call in this game, a random big call, and that is that Joe Danaher, Eric Hipwood, and Hugh McCluggage for 10 goals and 70 disposals between the three. There you go. Now, that's a big, bold call. Hang on. No, hang on. I'll take that back. 50 disposals between them. Hang on. No. 60 between them. 60 disposals and 10 goals between McCluggage, Danaher, and Hipwood. There you heard it. My final thoughts are simply this. You want me on Cameo, head to cameo.com. If you want me on Cameo, head to cameo.com/CooperG. Want me to roast a friend, wish someone a happy birthday, anything at all, cameo.com/CooperG. I love doing those videos. Some very funny ones that people do, some requests. I want me to roast friends. I love doing that. It's really good. There's a recent one I did where I'm roasting these bunch of guys and for certain things that they do, and it was a really fun one. I really enjoyed it. I do enjoy doing all of them, but that was really good last night. That was a really good one. Now, if you know any AFL, AFLW players, any up-and-coming draftees, or any state league players like VFLW, Waffle W, Sample W, VFL, Waffle, Sample, and you'd love to send them on the podcast and a goal-kicking challenge or an interview, please send me a message to try and get something sorted. If you haven't checked out any of my recent interviews and goal-kicking challenges and match day vlogs from the Saints game against Port Adelaide, my wrestling vlog that I went to on Melbourne on Saturday night, including former WWE star Dolph Ziggler, Dana Brooke, Persia Perota, Zack Ryder, all ex-WWE wrestlers, and then some other wrestlers as well, some local wrestlers, Aisha, who I met as well, she's a ripper, some other wrestling promotion wrestlers were there as well. Thank you all. The most important thing of all to remember is go the Saints. And of course, acknowledge me, the one. And again, all aboard the Philippo train. Then, now, forever together. Acknowledge me. I believe in Scoops. Go watch that music video on Instagram, AFL Live. Go Saints.